Alexis was a tomboy by nature. She was smart and she was outgoing and she made everyone around her feel comfortable. She was an honor roll student, she had perfect attendance at school, and just 2 days after her high school graduation, she was gone. Every year on the anniversary of her death, Thomas takes the day off, goes up to Lynch Park in Beverly, Massachusetts, one of Alexis's favorite places, and releases a balloon and a rose up to here. Thomas is here in the hope that no other family will have to go through the pain of losing someone they love to suicide. Wearing orange beads to symbolize the loss of a sibling is Sherry Urchel. 11 years ago, Sherry lost her brother Denny to suicide. Sherry also walks for an uncle and cousins who have died by suicide and for families who have or had mental illness. This is Sherry's 12th overnight. She's also captain of Team Survivors and Brooklyn Suicide Stories. She's dedicating her walk this year to the late Robin Williams. This year alone, by the way, Team Solos in Dallas and Boston have raised over $120,000 for our work. Wearing silver beads, symbolizing the loss of military or first responders, is Matt Wagner. Matt is a retired Army Ranger with 21 years of service. He heard about last year's Seattle event. Shortly after a young soldier who he had supervised in Afghanistan died by suicide. Matt has had the difficult job of informing families after the death of their soldier, but he says it's always much more difficult after a suicide. He is here today to represent the 22 veterans a day we lose to suicide and the families they leave behind. Just as he did last year, Matt will be walking in his full uniform tonight, and we thank him and all those like him. Wearing gold beads to symbolize the loss of a parent is Emmeline Kim. Her father, Dr. Chung Kim, died by suicide in February of 2012 at the age of 72. Emmeline's brother, Chris, also died by suicide 6 years ago at the age of 32. Father and son died on the same day, 3 years apart. Emmeline recently returned to grad school, I should say, where she's now training to be a mental health counselor. Her goal is to help those who struggle with mental illness suicide loss. She wants to know with the hope that when more people can get mental health treatment without stigma, more lives can be saved. Bill and Ann Grainer wear white beads, symbolizing the loss of a child. On December 24th, Christmas Eve, 2006, their 19-year-old son, Chris, died by suicide. Chris had faced many challenges during his alternate life, including OCD and depression, that were complicated by recreational alcohol and drug use. It is especially difficult for the Grainers to know that Chris's only son, Mason, was an infant when his father died, but only knew his daddy through stories and pictures. In 2012, on what would have been Chris's 25th birthday, Bill and Ann also lost their nephew, Corey, to suicide. It is their hope that funds raised for AFSP will help others battling depression to seek alternate solutions so that families will not experience the same heartbreak. Wearing red beads to symbolize the loss of a partner or spouse is Libby King. 8 years ago, Libby lost her husband, Dick, to suicide. Dick was fascinated by solar eclipses, and he would often take Libby and 3 kids, Kendra and Logan and Malin, who are all here today, all over the world to view them. Tonight, Tonight, on what would have been Dick's 65th birthday, the King family's overnight walk will remind them of the incredible darkness created by a solar eclipse and the incredible joy when the sun returns. Wears green beads to symbolize a personal struggle. In 2013, after years of struggling with severe depression, anxiety, and eating disorder and self-harm, Bree was hospitalized for severe suicidal ideation. Bree is proud to say that her depression and anxiety are now under control, and she has not self-harmed since being hospitalized. So that other young women of color may know the day and are not. Megan Sullivan is wearing blue beads, symbolizing support of the cause, support of our cause. Megan is the captain of the Greater Boston chapter team, and this is her 5th overnight and her 8th out of the darkness walk. Megan joined the suicide prevention movement after tragically losing 3 friends to suicide. She refuses to let their deaths be ignored and is turning losses into positives. Through AFSP and the overnight, she has met countless friends. She's built a strong support network and has gained the confidence to make mental health awareness and suicide prevention a priority. Tonight, Megan is proud to talk to people who are equally as passionate to end suicide and at the same time still openly grieve all those that we have lost. This year she dedicates her walk to her cousin Jimmy, who lost his battle just 3 weeks ago. Wearing teal beads representing family and friends of those with mental health conditions is Jamie Torkowski. Jamie is the founder of To Write Love on Her Arms. To Write Love on Her Arms. Dedicated to preserving and finding health for people struggling with depression, struggling with addiction, self-injury, and suicide. To Write Love on Her Arms was founded in 2006 after Jamie wrote a story about a friend and 5 days preceding her entry into treatment for addiction. The story went viral, became a book, Jamie's first book, If You Feel Too Much, a New York Times bestseller. He's been reading it to groups across the country, including tomorrow across the river in Cambridge. Jamie is proud to represent his organization and all those who have ever cared for someone with mental illness. These courageous people before you, they represent our dedication, our commitment, and our strength as a community. We are united in our goal and determined to make suicide prevention